Well, here we are. This is our last week of our gift guide right before the holidays. So you'll see this go up on Wednesday. So we saved some interesting gifts for the end here. Starting off with a premium collectible. Diamond Select Toys sent us their Legends in 3 Dimensions Moon Knight. If you're not familiar with the Legends in 3 Dimensions, these are half-scale busts. These are very highly detailed, quite weighty, very expertly crafted. Got a lot going on these things. They do command a premium price, but they are definitely worth it. These are not going to be as expensive as full-scale equivalents, but they still have a ton of detail, and they're still quite large, despite being half-scale. So totally worth checking out. If you haven't seen any of these before, please go check out our other reviews. We have one of Destro, I believe we did. We did some Star Wars ones in the past too. You have to go through and check out all the previous ones we did. But today we are checking out Moon Knight. So you can see from the box here, again, quite large. Premium price point, premium box. You're going to have this nice gold leafing on it. As you round out to the front here, you're going to see the bust itself, a very imposing Moon Knight, which we got to check out at Comic-Con. Looked amazing. Can't wait to see him in the package here. And then on the back, you're just going to have that numbering written by hand and a little detailing on the character himself, as well as the artist and the sculptor. So that's all for the box. We're going to hop in here and we are going to check this guy out in really close detail and see if he's just as great as he looked on display at Comic-Con this year. Well, yeah, this thing is huge. So I'm going to try to let you guys look while I open it, but try to keep it in the frame here. So right on top of the box, you're going to have that card that's going to have the numbering on it. This one's 212 out of 1,000. That's really it on the card. It's just this fun little card with a picture of it that allows you to see the piece itself in there. And we are going to pop open this container. I'd like to just let it fall out here, and it's sealed all the way around with tape, so you don't have to worry about this thing launching out of the styrofoam as you open the box. It's going to be a form-fitting styrofoam too, so that is the best way for this thing to travel. You shouldn't. I've never had one of these break while they were shipping. They're just so well packed. When you buy something at a premium price point, you don't want to worry about it cracking open as you receive it in the mail, particularly depending on your carrier. I have strong feelings about certain carriers out there. I'm not going to say who, but I think their motto should be arrives late, damaged or not at all. So I think if you have the same experience I have, you know who that is. But anyway, I'm going to crack this guy open and then check him out. So it's going to have tape running around the seam throughout the whole package. I like to leave one side uncut just to have a hinge, just to help me open the thing like this. And this usually happens, so I usually get the tape stuck to the inner packing tape. And then we have our guy right here in the middle. So we're gonna pick him up, quite heavy. Get that bag out here, and then push this off to the side so we can see this guy. So here is our Moon Knight, and he is quite heavy. I also love that bag they put in there, so it keeps the little pieces of styrofoam from clinging to your bust while you take it out. So let's give you a quick 360 before we check him out in more detail. And you can see this really great Moon Knight bust. I mean, those eyes almost look like they're glowing. You have those great patterning, so all those holes in the clothing here with other pieces of the armor underneath, so he's got some great layering on. All the way around, that cape is just phenomenal, where it has those holes in it as well. The coloring on him, I think, is perfect. It's got that different weathering on it. And then you got this bust bottom where you got the Egyptian scarabs on there. You got a lot of hieroglyphics etched throughout it. And it just, I mean, perfect. It really captures the spirit of Moon Knight there. And then the facial expression as well, with the sort of smush on to give the function or the form of a face. So I really like how they did that. But this guy looks just as good, if not better, as when we saw him in that case at Comic-Con. Of course, we had that glare, so we really couldn't see the finer details there. But again, with that back, the way this cape is molded here and shaped, and you have these holes in there, I think that's really great to have this look like he's been in battle. And they really have that dynamic, and it goes, all the way through. It's a hole all the way through here. And then you got different layers of holes where you have a little piece of, you could see the armor underneath coming through here. And same with the ones around the face. So I think they did a great job with that. The face itself, I love the paint job they did on the eyes and this little mesh mask he has over the face. Really nice style to it, designed really, really well. And then, of course, you have that moon, that crescent moon there on the front of his sort of his chest emblem there, which also looks amazing. And that base, again, I'll give you a close-up here if you can't see it. Looks phenomenal. I mean, you look at those scarabs on there, and you got this like weathering on the rock with some cracks in it. And then you get around to the side, you could just make out those hieroglyphics that are etched on there as well. Again, I mean, you're not looking for it, but it's there. And it's just really awesome when someone takes the time to design that into the base. Like I said, they waste no space on this. Diamond Select uses every square inch of this character to give you a little value there. By making the base just as important as the piece itself. And if you've seen any of the other 3D reviews we've done, or if you see the premium collection statues, the milestone statues, or even just the gallery dioramas, those bases are just as important as the statue itself. I mean, they really add to the overall aesthetic of the character, and I think they are a really important part of the story they're trying to tell. So we know Moon Knight, based in his character is based in Egyptian mythology, so important to have this kind of base to him to just elevate the world of the character. So I really like that. On the bottom, I think there should be a numbering. Yep, it's written in hand there, just like all the other pieces there. So yeah, that is consistent. He is quite heavy. I don't have a scale here, but I am guessing somewhere between 5 and 10 pounds. He is very, very heavy. I would say probably closer to that 10-pound range. I mean, he's solid stone. This is not, like I said, this is a premium price point. This is not plastic. They're not giving you a hunk of plastic. They have other statues you want that are at more of a economically friendly price point, like the gallery diorama, which is still very highly detailed and very awesome, but they are not made of stone like this. So when you get something like this with a premium dollar or premium price point associated with it, you're going to get premium quality, you're going to get premium materials. So this is definitely you know, etched out of stone, and really, really nice job on the design and the sculpture here. He looks great. So this is comic book based Moon Knight, as I recall. This is not based on the show. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I'll double check the box here. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the show here, so I think he's based on the comics. I mean, hard to tell with this level of detail. He looks like he could just be show Moon Knight, but I think this is more comic book Moon Knight is what they were going with this one, and I think that it looks really phenomenal. So if you're a Moon Knight fan or you're a Marvel fan, this is one you're going to want on your shelf. He looks absolutely amazing. A ton of detail on there, a little bit of storytelling with that base, and he just has everything you'd want from Moon Knight on there. Again, this thing is huge. I have like a 10 inch span from palm to the top of my finger here, and this is clearly above that. You're looking at least a foot high, almost a foot wide as well, maybe a foot wide. So this takes up a little bit of room, but still not a ton of room. Like I said, not like the full scale size, which would be probably in these parameters here. So you could fit a couple of these guys on a shelf, and that's what I love about the half scale bust. It's going to be pricey, but not as pricey as some of these full-scale busts, which are in the 4-figure range, so you don't have to worry about that. Plus, they don't take up as much space. So you can easily put him on a shelf. You're going to want to secure that shelf. It is really, really heavy. This might be one of the heavier half-scale busts that I've seen. So you're going to want to secure that shelf very, very strong, or you're going to want to put him on a desk or something like that. I would not recommend putting him in those Ditolf glass cases from IKEA. He's going to shatter that glass shelf. I would not put him in there. He is definitely heavier. That's probably more for mini busts than it is for these half-scale busts. These you're going to want a solid surface to put them on. You're going to want, if you're doing a shelf, a really, really well supported and reinforced shelf. So that is not the case. So this guy is going to need a sturdy surface, but if you had that sturdy surface, you could put a couple of these. Like I could probably fit 4 across on this table here. So if I was setting up a display on a table, you could put quite a few on there. which is nice because they have a lot of different Marvel characters. They have a lot of different Star Wars characters. There's a lot of different... there's Ninja Turtles. We have a Last Ronin one coming out. There's Indiana Jones is going to have his own bust. So there are quite a few on the way. But this guy is great. He's one of my favorites so far, just with all this detailing they have on him. He's definitely worth checking out. Highly recommend him if you're looking for a gift for that fan in your life that is into premium collectibles. This guy's available right now, so you could definitely pick him up. Oh, what's that? We also have a bonus code for you guys to use, which I'll have embedded into the video here. CoolToy22 on Entertainment Earth, 10% off and free shipping. So best way to score him right now. So we'll have all that set up as long as he's still in stock when this runs. You could go out and grab him right away. So that is your look at the Legends in 3 Dimensions Moon Knight. Okay, so that about covers our look at this really premium collectible, this Legends in 3D Moon Knight, which is just awesome. Love seeing it in the case at the show. Love seeing it in person now, and I'm sure you're going to love it when you get it as well. Like we said, we have our special code. Please go use that. Not bad to get 10% off and free shipping, so look for that in the bottom of this article as well. We'll have a link for you. That covers our premium gifts for the gift guide. We're going to be running the gift guide on Wednesday, right after our review that day as well. We got a couple more items we're trying to sneak in there. Tune back tomorrow for a customized gift to see what that is. But yep, we're wrapping it up this week. We're going to end our season with gift guide themed reviews. We're going to get back to normal reviews after this. Doesn't mean that they're not gift worthy. We're just trying to fit as much as we can in to get this to you as soon as we can so you can start looking out there and ordering things. And again, it's stuff that we've gotten our hands on and we're able to try. We're not going to recommend something we've never been able to test out because we don't know if it's good or not, so we can't make that recommendation. But if we didn't get to try it out, it doesn't mean it's not good. We're just trying to do the best we can by getting our hands on something before we can recommend it. So there's a ton of awesome stuff out there that we weren't able to try in time, or we just weren't able to get our hands on yet. We will try to get more reviews after this, so there, of course, will be some other awesome things. But our gift guide, like I said, we want to try to publish it when it's useful and not at the end of the season. So tune back for that. We'll let you know on the website when it goes live and in the social channels. And it will have a great selection of items as well as links to reviews that we did if you want to see what these items look like up close and get our hands on and test them so you can see the functionality and if they make that decision if they're perfect for you or that special someone in your life. So that is all for this time. That is not all for Diamond Select Toys. We're going to have another great month. I want to call, I think December will be Indie Month. I think that's when all the Indiana Jones stuff is supposed to launch, so come back for that. So like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you guys next time.